God says, urgent message only for you, child of his promise, vessel of his light, chosen one who has walked through fire and still breathes hope into the night. God says, listen carefully, for this message is sealed with the breath of heaven, and Archangel Michael himself has been commanded to deliver it into your spirit. God says, very good news is happening in the next 3 hours, and it is not an ordinary announcement, not an earthly whisper, but a divine decree that has been set in motion long before you were even born. God says, do not make the mistake of ignoring this, because this is not just a word, it is the shift of seasons, the breaking of chains, the turning of the page that hell tried to keep closed. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are stirring, and your name has been carried to the throne of God again and again until finally the command was released. Michael says, child, I have fought battles in the unseen for you, and I have cut away snares, and I have stood over your nights of tears. Now the time has come. Good news is rushing toward you, like a river that could not be dammed any longer. Michael says, don't dismiss this moment. Don't let your mind say, perhaps this is not for me. It is for you. Only you. That is why this message is burning in your spirit right now. God says, in the next 3 hours, something that was blocked is going to open, something that was delayed is going to move. Something that was hidden will be revealed, and it will not harm you, it will bless you. But if you ignore this, if you turn your face away, you will cry not because God abandoned you, but because you turned away when the angel was knocking on your door. God says, I will not let this pass you by unless you close your heart. I am warning you with love, because I know what you have carried, I know the silence of your nights, I know the heaviness of your waiting. Archangel Michael says, don't let despair make you blind. You prayed, you fasted, you wept, and heaven heard. This is not a random timing. These 3 hours are sacred. They are divine alignment. In this very window of time, an answer that has been circling you like a hawk, unable to land because of interference, is finally being released. Archangel Michael says, I have cut down the interference, I have silenced the voices of opposition, I have broken through the gates that were locked against you. That is why this is your moment. God says, very good news. You think you know what it could be, but you don't yet see the full weight of it. It will surprise you. It will shake you. It will make you fall to your knees in awe. Some of you will think, it's too good to be true, but God says, I am too good to not make it true for you. I have chosen this timing, because in the next 3 hours, the atmosphere around your life is shifting. You might still be in the same place, but the unseen is changing, and suddenly opportunities, phone calls, letters, encounters, and revelations are going to start colliding with your path. Michael says, I need you to understand this is not a game. This is not casual. If you ignore this, you will regret it so deeply, because you will cry wondering, what if I had listened? Don't make that mistake. Don't say, tomorrow. Don't say, maybe later. This is the now of God. This is the hour of release. This is the voice of heaven breaking into your waiting. God says, trust me. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are under my covering. I will not let harm befall you. I have appointed my angels, and Michael himself is standing as a wall around you. The enemy's plans have been exposed, overturned, and dissolved. What remains is your blessing, your reward, your answer. Do not let fear steal it from you. Michael says, you asked for confirmation, and here it is. You asked for a sign, and God commanded me to send this to you. Do you think this is chance? Do you think these words just appeared? Number. They are heaven's decree, written with fire in the Spirit. In the next 3 hours, your tears are going to meet laughter. Your waiting is going to meet fulfillment. Your prayers are going to meet answers. God says, you are safe. You don't have to doubt. You just have to trust. You just have to believe. You just have to stay awake in the Spirit. Pray to me, speak to me, and watch as I unfold what I already prepared for you. Very good news is coming, child, and no man, no devil, no circumstance can block it anymore. Michael says, I stand ready with the scroll of your breakthrough. Heaven has signed it. God Himself has sealed it. All that remains is for you to open your heart and receive. The next 3 hours are holy. Stay in faith, stay in prayer, stay expectant. You will not be disappointed. God says, this is a divine moment that cannot be taken lightly, because within the next 3 hours something so unusual, so extraordinary, so filled with heavenly grace is going to shift in your life, and I have sent Archangel Michael to stand beside you with his mighty sword of light to guard you and to guide you. He cries out with the voice of heaven. Do not ignore this, for if you turn away, if you dismiss it as nothing, your soul will ache with regret and your tears will not stop. The heavens are opening, and the miracle has already been set in motion. God says, the time is short, and this message is not a coincidence. It has been written for you since before you were born. My child, you must understand that every moment you are alive is woven with invisible threads of destiny, and in this very hour those threads are converging into one radiant knot of blessing. The angels have been laboring, carrying prayers, collecting tears, listening to your heartache, and preparing a release for you. Archangel Michael is standing in full armor, but not for battle against you, for triumph in your name. He holds a sealed scroll with your name engraved in heavenly light, and that scroll contains the breakthrough you have cried out for in the silence of night. Do not doubt, because doubt is the thief of blessings. Do not dismiss this, because dismissal will close the door that heaven is trying so desperately to open for you. God says, you have been asking, when will things change? When will my prayer be answered? And now, the answer is here, within the next 3 hours. The hand of God is not laid, and His mercy is not delayed. He has appointed this time, a precise window where heaven will align with earth and cause the impossible to bow before you. You may not see the entire picture now, but heaven has seen everything. God saw your secret pain, the times when your spirit felt crushed, when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if you had been forgotten. Heaven did not forget you. God's eyes never left you. Your name was carved into His palm, and every single breath you took in sorrow was marked for redemption. That is why Archangel Michael is pressing this message upon you so urgently, because the heavens know how much you have endured, and how easily your human heart could dismiss this as just another word. But this is not just another word. This is the word. This is the appointed time. Imagine the clock striking, the very air around you beginning to vibrate with unseen energy. That is what is happening now. The angels are moving information. Archangel Michael is standing watch, and Gabriel is sounding a whisper of glad tidings. The good news that is forming is not small, it is monumental. It is the kind of news that transforms your life forever. It will bring tears, but not tears of sorrow, tears of awe, tears of relief, tears of joy that finally the suffering has been exchanged for blessing. God says, within these hours a door will open, a person will arrive, a message will be sent, or a path will be revealed. You will not have to fight for it, because the battle is already finished. What you need to do is trust. Do not grow restless. Do not allow fear to make you sabotage what is coming. Do not let the enemy whisper lies of delay. Heaven says, stay alert, because the answer is closer than the air you breathe. There is someone watching you, someone thinking of you, someone carrying a word that will soon reach your ears. This good news is not only about blessings in the spirit, but also blessings in the physical, opportunities, restoration, favor, and breakthrough that will surprise you. Something long hidden is being brought to light, something stolen is being returned, something broken is being mended. When God says, it will happen in such a way that no one will be able to deny His hand in it. Even those who doubted you will be forced to confess, truly, God has favored you. Archangel Michael is pleading with you to open your heart wide right now. He says, do not let apathy or distraction rob you of this miracle. The next 3 hours are not ordinary hours. They are charged with divine purpose, a countdown to blessing. If you open yourself, if you receive this with faith, heaven's gate will swing open and pour upon you what you have been longing for. Do not be afraid of disappointment, because this is not false hope. This is real, it is sealed in the authority of God. He cannot lie, and He does not send words in vain. If He says good news is coming, then good news is on its way, and nothing can stop it. Not the plans of your enemies, not the fear in your mind, not the delay of the world, nothing. God says, my child, I need you to lift your eyes for just a moment away from the weight of your struggles and fix them on me. The blessing I am about to release is greater than the pain you endured. The delay you faced was not denial, it was preparation. Now the appointed time has arrived, and I am telling you clearly, within 3 hours you will know that I am God, and I have not abandoned you. Your angel Michael is your witness, your defender, your heavenly messenger. He is stationed beside you, and he cries out, rejoice, but also be alert, for the hour is urgent. Do not dismiss this. If you close your heart, if you turn away in disbelief, you will cry with regret later. But if you open your heart, if you accept and trust, then you will weep with joy when the news comes. The Spirit of God says, you are safe, you are protected, and you are chosen. Nothing will harm you in this moment, because the angels are surrounding you. You only need to pray, to trust, and to remain open. Let your soul whisper, yes, Lord, I receive. And as you do, the very atmosphere around you begins to shift. Heaven is aligning. The miracle is moving closer. The clock is ticking toward your blessing. Hold on, my beloved child, because within these 3 hours, the very good news that heaven has stored for you will break through, and your life will never be the same again. Beloved soul, listen carefully, because this is not just another moment passing through the flow of your day. This is an urgent divine announcement delivered directly to you, carried by the light of God, and sealed with the fire of Archangel Michael. The heavens are leaning in close, and right now, the angels are surrounding you with whispers of assurance, but also with a stern urgency. What is saying that something is about to unfold in your life within the next 3 hours? Something so extraordinary that if you ignore it, your heart will ache with regret. Archangel Michael has descended with tears in his eyes, but also a triumphant flame in his hand, declaring that very good news is rushing into your life, and you must not dismiss it. If you do, you will miss the blessing that has been written for your destiny since the very beginning. This is why you are reading these words. It is not a coincidence. It is not random. It is the precise work of divine timing. For so long, you have carried burdens that felt too heavy, worries that pressed upon your chest, sleepless nights where your mind replayed all the things you couldn't control. You have prayed, sometimes silently, sometimes aloud, hoping that someone, anyone, was listening. Heaven did not ignore your cries. God counted each tear. Archangel Michael stood at your side through battles you didn't even see, and now the moment has come when the answer to those cries is breaking through. The enemy thought you would remain in the shadows of doubt, but God says no, your light is about to shine in a way you never thought possible. Archangel Michael is declaring over you that in the next 3 hours, a door is opening. This door is not a physical one alone, but a spiritual gateway, a divine portal through which blessings, protection, and favor are being released. It is important you prepare your spirit to receive it, because hesitation or disbelief will block you. The angels cannot force you, they can only guide you. Right now, the trumpet of heaven is sounding over your name. God is saying, my child, I am making a way where there seemed to be no way. I am restoring what was stolen, and I am lifting you where others thought you could never rise. You have been surrounded by people who doubted you, people who whispered against you, and even circumstances that seemed designed to break you down. But what they did not realize is that God had his hand on you all along. Archangel Michael has been shielding you, cutting through spiritual chains, pushing back dark forces that tried to claim your joy. If you could only see how many times heaven intervened on your behalf, you would fall to your knees in awe. You were protected when you didn't even know you were in danger. You were saved from traps that were invisible to your eyes but visible to God's. And now, God is saying this is the hour when all of that protection turns into visible blessing. The good news that is approaching is not small, not ordinary, not something you can overlook. It is life-changing. It is the kind of news that shifts your perspective, that makes you realize every struggle was worth it. Within the next 3 hours, God is orchestrating something in your favor. This may come as a message, a call, a sudden change, or even a silent knowing in your heart that things have shifted. Do not brush it off. Do not delay in receiving it. Michael says clearly, if you skip this, if you treat this lightly, you will cry with regret, because this is the moment you prayed for, the moment you begged God to bring forth, the moment you were created to step into. God is saying, you are safe, my child. Nothing will go wrong. Do not let fear take over your heart, for I am with you. Fear has been your greatest thief. It has told you lies about your worth, it has made you hesitate when you should have walked forward, it has convinced you that your story will not change. But today, fear is being defeated. Your angel Michael is swinging his sword over your life, cutting down the lies, silencing the enemies, and ushering in truth. The truth is that you are chosen. The truth is that your time is now. The truth is that what is coming cannot be stopped. You may wonder, why me? Why now? God says, because you have endured, because you did not completely give up when you had every reason to, because you carried your faith like a fragile flame in a storm and refused to let it die out. Even when you doubted yourself, you still hoped, even in small ways. And God saw that. Everyone records every act of faith, no matter how small. Every time you prayed, every time you resisted despair, every time you kept going, those were seeds. Now, the harvest is ready. This very hour, angels are moving around you. You may feel a stirring in your spirit, a sudden shift of energy, even goosebumps on your skin. That is not your imagination. That is the presence of heaven confirming these words. God has assigned warriors to stand guard by your life. Archangel Michael has placed a mark of protection on you so that no evil can touch what is about to be released. And God says, the blessing I give, no one can take away. Do not ignore this. This is your urgent moment. Within the next 3 hours, align your heart with faith. Speak out loud, I receive what God is sending. I believe the message of Michael. I am ready for my blessing. These words are not empty. They are declarations that open the gates wider. If you remain silent or skeptical, you risk delaying what has already been prepared for you. Heaven is serious about this timing. That is serious about your breakthrough. You may not see every detail yet, but know that in this exact moment, the heavens are shifting things in your favor. Someone who spoke against you is being silenced. A chain of delay is being broken. A door that was locked is being unlocked. Any that was withheld is being released. Love that was hidden is being revealed. Truth that was buried is being exposed. Every injustice is turning into your testimony. This is not a promise for a distant future. This is happening right now, within 3 hours of your reading this. Do not miss it. Do not dismiss it. God says, trust me. Pray to me. Walk with me and watch what I will do. Beloved, let your heart rest in peace knowing that nothing can go wrong for you in this moment. You are shielded, you are chosen, you are blessed. The very heavens are rejoicing over what is about to touch your life. Do not cry and regret later for ignoring this. Cry tears of joy now, for God has remembered you. Archangel Michael stands before you saying, receive this. It is yours. It is done. God says, this is not a coincidence. This is not an ordinary message that came before your eyes by chance. This is urgent and it is only for you. Archangel Michael says, very good news is happening in the next 3 hours, and it is not the kind of news you can afford to ignore. Heaven is not sending this lightly. It comes with divine weight, with divine timing, with divine precision. If you turn your eyes away from this, you will cry so much later, because you will realize that the opportunity you prayed for, the miracle you begged for, the blessing you have been waiting for so long was already being released, and you let it slip. But God is merciful, and He makes sure you see this in time, so that your tears may turn into joy and your fears may turn into confidence. This is your sign, your confirmation, your urgent divine alert. For so long you have felt alone, unheard, forgotten, almost invisible in the world. You have looked at the prayers you spoke in the quiet of the night and wondered if anyone truly listened. But God says, every single word was heard, every single tear was collected, every single plea was taken to His throne. You are not forgotten, and this very moment proves it. The heavens bend low to whisper in your ear, something good, something miraculous, something beyond what you have imagined is already set in motion, and in just 3 hours you will feel the movement of God's hand in your life in ways that cannot be denied. Your King Joel Michael has fought for you, defended you, cleared paths for you, and now he shouts loudly, do not miss this, do not walk away from this, open your heart and receive it before it is too late. There have been battles around you, battles you could not see. There were people plotting behind your back, situations designed to stop you, forces trying to discourage you so that you would not be awake when the miracle arrives. But God says, enough is enough. What has been hidden is now revealed, what has been delayed is now released, what was blocked is now opened. The very chains that tried to hold you down are breaking in this very hour, and you will see the evidence soon. The enemy wanted you tired, hopeless, distracted, so that when your blessing came you would not even recognize it. But Michael says he has stood guard, he has been crying out for you, interceding for you, making sure the hour of your breakthrough is not stolen. You are stepping into divine reversal. If you believe me, type Amen. God says, this message comes to you with urgency, wrapped in light, filled with divine love, and carried by the breath of angels. You are being told, not by chance, but by divine order, that something very good is unfolding for you in the next 3 hours. Archangel Michael himself has whispered this message into the heavens and commanded it to reach your heart. Do not ignore this. Do not turn away. If you overlook the sacred word, you will regret it deeply, because heaven has already set in motion a miracle that has your name written upon it. This is not just a message, it is a divine announcement, a holy proclamation that God is moving in your life right now. The heavens are alive with preparation. Things are already circling your path, arranging blessings, removing obstacles, clearing the shadows that have been hovering over your life. You have been waiting, praying, crying, and asking when things will change, when something good will finally happen for you, and God says, the answer is here. The moment you open your spirit and receive this word, the clock begins to move toward your miracle. In the next 3 hours, something will shift. Something will be revealed. Something will arrive that is not of human design, but of divine orchestration. Archangel Michael has been watching you closely. He has seen your tears when no one else was there to notice. He has heard your silent prayers, the ones you whispered at night, thinking even heaven was silent. But heaven was not silent. Every word you spoke reached the throne of God. Every sigh you released was carried upward as incense. Every pain you endured was weighed and measured, and the scales of justice are turning in your favor. God says, enough of the delay, enough of the suffering, enough of the confusion. Your blessing cannot be held back any longer. Do not let doubt steal this moment. Do not let fear distract you. For even now, the forces that try to block your trembling, because they know they cannot interfere with what God has already commanded. Michael stands at your side with his sword of light, protecting this blessing so that it arrives untouched, unbroken, and unspoiled. What is about to happen will prove to you that God has not forgotten you. It will silence the lies that told you were abandoned. It will erase the fear that told you were alone. God says, you are safe. You are chosen. You are loved. Everything will go wrong for you, for His hand is upon you. You must trust Him fully now, because faith is the key that unlocks what is being released. Prayer is the shield that guards your heart as you wait for the unfolding. Do not delay your prayer. Do not put aside your trust. The next 3 hours are charged with divine energy, and what you do in this time will determine how wide you open the door to receive. Think of how many times you have been on the edge of a breakthrough and gave up too soon. Think of how many times you almost turned away, only to realize later that your blessing was just around the corner. God says, not this time. Do not miss this one. This moment is different. This moment is marked. The angels are already writing your name into the book of victory, and you are being lifted into a season where joy will return, peace will overflow, and doors will open in ways you never thought possible. You have cried long enough. You have been burdened long enough. You have walked through the fire, through the storms, through the valleys, and now heaven says, rise. Rise and prepare, for in 3 hours a sign will manifest that you will not be able to deny. It will be a token of what is coming next, a glimpse of the greater blessing that is unfolding behind it. Archangel Michael is pleading with you not to ignore this. He knows how easily you have been distracted before, how often you thought the message wasn't really for you, how many times you doubted whether you were worthy. But God says, you are worthy. You are His beloved. The reason you are hearing this message now is because heaven has singled you out. This is not for someone else. This is for you, and only you. Right now, the angels are aligning opportunities, stirring hearts, softening situations that once felt impossible. There are people who once resisted you who will soon be moved to help you. There are doors that were locked tightly that will swing open with no effort on your part. There are resources being released into your hands that you did not expect. There is favor being poured over your life that cannot be measured by earthly standards. God says, your waiting has not been wasted. Every tear was a seed. Every prayer was a key. Every trial was a preparation. Now the harvest is here. In 3 hours, you will sense it. It may come as a call, as a message, as an encounter, as a shift in atmosphere. It may be something so simple yet so undeniable that you know heaven is speaking directly to you. And when it comes, your heart will leap, because you will know that this was not coincidence. It was prophecy fulfilled. God says, stay in prayer. Speak His name over your life. Call upon the blood of Jesus to cover you. Ask Archangel Michael to guard your steps and stand at your door. These 3 hours are sacred. Protect them. Do not waste them. Fill them with prayer, with gratitude, with expectation. For expectation is faith in motion, and faith is what moves mountains. Remember, you are safe. You are protected. The enemy has no claim over you, no authority over you, no power over what God has written for your life. Whatever tried to harm you is being scattered. Whatever tried to delay you is being overturned. Whatever tried to silence you is being exposed. You are walking into light, into abundance, into peace. God says, rejoice in advance. Do not wait until you see it to celebrate. Praise Him now. Thank Him now. Honor Him now. For when you celebrate before the miracle, you show heaven that you trust fully. And that trust is what opens the floodgates of blessing. Archangel Michael says again, do not make the mistake of ignoring this. If you skip it, you will weep because of what you missed. But if you believe, if you open your heart, if you prepare yourself, you will rejoice like never before. You will see that God was closer than you thought, moving more powerfully than you imagined, loving you more deeply than you ever understood. This is your time. This is your moment. 3 hours may seem short, but in heaven's timing it is more than enough to shift your destiny. Trust, pray, believe, and wait with expectation. Your very good news is coming, and nothing can stop it now. God says listen now because this is not a small whisper, this is a trumpet call to your heart. Archangel Michael is standing right in front of you with his sword of light raised high, his voice carrying urgency, his words echoing from heaven into your soul. He is telling you that very good news is being prepared for you right now, and in the next 3 hours, the gates of heaven are about to open with something you have been waiting for, something you could not earn by yourself, something you prayed for in silence when nobody heard you but God. Do not take this lightly because this moment is sacred. This message is for you and you alone, and if you ignore it, you will regret it because it carries the answer to your deepest cries, the healing of your deepest wounds, the miracle you thought might never arrive. You cannot afford to walk away from this. Heaven is watching to see if you will open your heart. You have been through so much, and sometimes you felt abandoned. You felt that maybe God was silent because He didn't care, but He was silent because He was working. He was moving things behind the scenes. He was aligning people and situations. He was rearranging the battlefield so that the victory would be yours. Do not mistake His silence for absence. God has always been here, closer to you than your own breath. He has watched every tear fall, He has counted every restless night, He has heard every sigh from your chest when you thought no one understood. He understands. He knows. He cares more deeply than you could ever measure. And now, after all the waiting, Archangel Michael steps forward to declare that very good news is happening. This is not ordinary news, not a common occurrence. This is divine news, heavenly news, a message sent straight from the throne of God to assure you that you are not forgotten. Something is breaking in your favor. Something you thought was impossible is shifting in the unseen realms, and in the next 3 hours you will see the signs. It may come as a phone call. It may come as a message. It may come as an unexpected open door, or simply a peace in your heart that floods in like a river and lets you know that everything is changing. But you must stay alert. You must stay open. You must not doubt. Archangel Michael says you will cry so much if you ignore this, not because heaven wants to punish you, but because missing your moment is painful. Think of all the times before when you almost gave up, and then something came through at the last moment. That was not luck, that was God keeping you alive, keeping you going, keeping your purpose alive when the world tried to bury it. And now, heaven says this is not a time to turn away. This is a time to lean in with everything you have. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are covered by angelic wings. The danger that tried to destroy you has already been defeated. The enemies that plotted against you have already been scattered. The sickness that tried to weaken you has already been answered with healing. The loneliness that tried to break you has already been filled with the promise of divine companionship. You are not walking this road alone. This is why prayer is your weapon now. Trust God. Pray to Him. Even if your words are broken, even if all you can whisper is, "God, help me," He hears. He listens. He